Thank you.
So I believe no one prays for visa refusal here.
Yeah.
So in a situation where there's visa refusal, what's your refund policy like?
So yeah, a good question. I will say that for all our partner universities,
Yeah.
we pretty much have full refund in the case of visa refusal.
100%.
Yes.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us once again. My name is Henrietta Benson and with me here is...
Thank you, Henrietta. My name is Mayowa Komolafe and I am the Regional Manager for Sub-Saharan Africa at Malvern International.
So Mayowa, can you tell us more about Malvern International?
Right. Malvern International, first of all, we are a pathway provider, and that means that we help students who have their O-level result, be it in NECO, WAEC, IJCSE, move to study in the UK. Now, what I mean by that is this. If you pretty much have your WAEC result or your IJCSE, most times you cannot get entry for direct year one in the UK. You're told to do a foundation program or international year one. So Malvern International, we operate centers in the UK across different UK universities where we run foundation program and also international year one. Number two is that we also run what we call a pre-masters program for students who are going to study a postgraduate course in the UK. Now, if you have HND or third class, of course, like you know that even in Nigeria, you cannot go for direct masters. You need to go through a PGD program in Nigeria. So similarly, if you're going to study in the UK and you have this qualification, that third class bachelor's degree or HND qualification, you would need to do what we call a pre-masters program. It could be 1 semester, 2 semesters, and that would enable you to transition to your master's degree program. So above all, we provide pathway progression options for students to move from foundation, international one to degree level, and from pre-masters to master's level, all in one offer letter. And I think lastly, before I let you come in, is that we currently have 6 centers in the UK with six UK universities. The first one is the University of East London. And we call the pathway name the University of East London International Studies Centre. So it's embedded in the same campus of the University of East London. So from day one, you'll be in the same campus for the pathway and you progress to the main degree. Second is the University of Wolverhampton. Third is the University of Cumbria. Fourth is London Metropolitan University. Fifth is Liverpool Hope University. And we also have the NTUK Centre at Malvern House, London. So all these we provide entry for foundation, international year one, and also pre-master. So that's basically all we do at Malvern International. And we, of course, we offer pretty much every course you can imagine for foreign students.
Oh, thank you so much. So by saying any course, you mean any course? Imagine I want to study something like theatre arts. Do I stand a chance?
Absolutely. I mean, by saying any course, I mean any course. So if you pretty much are having interested in courses around, let's say, like you mentioned, theatre arts, for example, we have the option for entry level. If you want to study, let's say, like course like even music, you want to go for nursing, you want public health, social work, engineering, even courses like robotics, software engineering, for example, computer science, mechatronics, you want to study cybersecurity, computer science, business, accounting, finance, economics, law. I mean, just name whatever you want. And even also you want this kind of combined honors program, let's say bachelor's degree in business and management and computer science, or you want something in business and let's say film production. We offer all these opportunities at Malvern International. It makes students have this all-round experience, and there's nobody that will be left out. Any course you want, Malvern International has that entry level.
Thank you, Mayowa. So what are the available scholarship programs at Malvern International?
So thank you. So in terms of scholarship, I would say, first of all, just like every other school in the UK today or part of the providers, there are no fully funded scholarships at the moment. So what we offer, I wouldn't call it a partial scholarship, or more, some will say like a discount. That's what we have. So pretty much, let me say this kind of context. Let's say your fees is 10 naira, you get a 1 naira off. So that's more like what you would get pretty much across. I'm going to go into that details very soon. But in terms of our scholarships offerings or our discount, I'm going to say that is that we have various forms of scholarships. There are some that are automatically awarded to you as a Nigerian once you apply for the program. So if you apply, let's say you apply for bachelor's degree in computer science, across different schools, partner universities, we have different scholarships from £2,000, some 4,000, 5,000, even some £6,000.
Wow.
So that would bring down your fees drastically to about 12,000, 13,000 pounds on the average across all our schools in the UK. So it makes it much more easier for you to study and progress. And here's the beauty is that I'm going to say again, when you finish your pathway program like foundation and you move to your degree program or your master's program, for example, you also have what we call a progression scholarship, which means that you're going to get a bit of subsidy in a way that reduces your progression tuition by a big margin. And if you pretty much now come out with a very good grade during your pathway program, you would get what we call some merit-based academic scholarship that will reduce your fees all the way down as well too. So we have different forms. That's the whole idea. Automatic scholarship and also academic-based scholarships. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What makes Marvel International different from other pathways?
Good question. I think a lot of times when I go for events, I get asked this question as well too. What makes Marvel International different? First of all, I'm going to talk about all our partner universities, which I gave a list earlier on. I said all the schools are career-led universities. They are units approved, tested, and reliable in terms of giving students the best support. And for example, a school like Cumbria, for example, looking at the records they have in terms of employability, currently about 98% employability.
98%.
And that applies to most of our schools. The minimum you find is about 80% employability rate, which means that students who come to any of our partner universities will get the best support and would have a very guaranteed future of being employable. And also because we build students with skills to be employable, from the one they can learn new skills, even if the course they're doing is not in line with the skill they want to learn. Now, this very point is very vital, which I'm going to emphasize on. So yeah, number two thing about what Marvel International offers students is a small size class. And I said before that a lot of students who go abroad to study most times struggle to easily adapt into the new environment because of the large class size. So they cannot really interact. So Marvel International, we offer a very small class size for international students to enable them interact and also easily adapt to the new settings of studies in the UK. And number three thing I'm going to say, which is the final thing, is that at Marvel International, I think this is something that we offer that you might not find anywhere else in the UK, is that we help students with what we call one-on-one tutoring on the program. So when you enroll on our program at any of our centers, you have this access to one-on-one tutoring on your program. So if, let's say, you do not have the time to ask questions during the general class, you're going to wait to your time during the week to ask personal questions. And this is the beauty of Marvel International. We offer students
do students
support.
get to pay for this?
Absolutely not. It's not paid for. It's all for free. So students are getting this as a support on the program.
Free.
To show that you really care.
A kobo.
You're not paying a dime for the program. So one-on-one tutoring is something we do, and we prioritize this a lot because it helps students to easily adapt and ask questions and grow from there to becoming and excelling in their career path chosen for themselves. So yeah.
Thank you so much. So what's one thing you would like students to know before their arrival?
So one thing students should know, I think very many times students who travel abroad to study, I would say many times do not really understand the importance of attendance in classes. It's very, very key. Being present, it's very, very important. Because for you to actually graduate from your program, you need to actually meet some minimum attendance requirement. And one more thing I would say is that unlike the way we have the experience in terms of our academic structure here, when you go abroad to study in the UK, there's an expectation from you in terms of how to answer questions. You have to be much more critical in your thinking. So the thing is that the school is not expected to give answers verbatim. You need to actually have your own level of discretion, think about it critically well, and put it in your own words and own your answers. That's what makes it very different in terms of the exposure and the learning environment, and also the learning opportunities. And I think that the key things you must know before you travel as an international student.
Yeah, I do hope you guys are enjoying yourself and you're learning one or two. So can you speak briefly about accommodation?
Okay, so accommodation-wise, so accommodation-wise, we have pretty much across all our partner universities. So if you probably from 16, 17 years old, we have on-campus accommodation.
You keep emphasizing on 16, 17 years. Why?
Yeah, I'm just saying like that's pretty much the minimum age you can go to study abroad. From 16 years old and above can study in the UK. So if you pretty much are 16 and above, across all our schools, we have accommodations available for international students on campus. So the beauty is that students would live on the same campus as their classroom. So about 2-3 minutes walk from accommodation to get to the classroom. It makes it much more easier. And I would say that in terms of the cost implication, on a weekly basis, it's about £101 to about £192 across different university partners. Weekly, yeah, we work with. So students should be able to have this in mind. And what really determines how much you finally pay is what you want in terms of the accommodation assumptions. So if you want, let's say, a shared bedroom, a shared kitchen, we want en-suite accommodation, the price will vary. But on a good day, price starts from £101 to £192 across all our partner universities. So that's about accommodations.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you so much. So I believe no one prays for visa refusal here.
Yeah.
So in a situation where there's visa refusal, what's your refund policy like?
So yeah, a good question. I will say that for all our partner universities, we pretty much have full refund in the case of visa
100%.
refusal. Yes. So students, you need to be aware, first of all, when making visa applications, make sure that you liaise with your agent to make sure you declare everything you've had. In a case where students do not declare in full what they have declared to the university during the visa application, there's a conflicting information there that results to a visa refusal, and that might pretty much lead to discrepancy in getting their funds back. But once you've declared and your visa was based on a generic reason, not just based on fraudulent documentation or things like that, you usually get your full refund. It takes about between 2 weeks to about 6 weeks, depending on the universities.
2 to 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much. So no one is actually praying for visa refusal, but you heard full refund.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayowa.
Thank you.
It was really, an amazing time with you. So what do you have to say to our audience?
So final words for me is that, as an international student, I know it's not an easy journey. That is why you have some trusted partners to help you through the process. So Exodus Trips are very, very capable. They have the good staff member to help you with the whole journey.
Yeah.
So when you want to start, make sure you contact them from your application process to your documentation, to your offer process, visa support, and also post-arrival support. They are well equipped to help you all through the process. So give them a call today, and they will be your go-to support partner during this application. Yeah,
thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.